Rabindranath Tagore once wrote that clouds come floating into my life, no longer to carry rain or usher storm, but to add colour to my sunset sky. And Eleanor Roosevelt once said that no matter how plain a woman may be, if truth and honesty are written across her face, she will be beautiful. And my first girlfriend once said, "Dear God, leave me alone. I'm not your girlfriend. I don't know who you are. Get out of that hedge. I'm calling the police." Hello and welcome to the Steve Kalis Show. I'm Steve Kalis. What is beauty? What makes something beautiful? Who do we think are the most beautiful people to have ever lived? To answer these questions and more, I'm joined by gorgeous George Gunton. George, how are you?
Yeah, I'm all right, thank you. Yeah, it was a nice intro for me, actually, yeah.
I'm also joined by special guest host, lovely Laura Smith. Laura, how are you?
Hi, I'm okay, thank you. How are you?
Good. Very excited, very excited. So, before we start the episode, I just want to say thank you to our sponsors, Graham's Windows and Doors at grahamswindowsanddoors.co.uk. Graham's Windows and Doors are Yeovil's finest purveyor of windows, doors and conservatories. They can make your house a home. What do you think of that new addition to that?
That's lovely,
nice.
yeah, really nice.
So for all your windows, doors and conservatory needs, go to grahamswindowsanddoors.co.uk. Now, on with the show. George, Laura, we're here to talk about beauty.
We are.
Now, Laura, I believe you have a fact that may or may not be related to the subject today. Is that correct? What is your fact of the day?
Fact of the day is Cleopatra was the first woman to discover the vibrator.
Wow, I'd say that's beautiful.
Yeah,
That's pretty beautiful. Self-love.
Yeah.
So she hollowed out a what we would know as like an eggplant, filled it with bees.
Sorry? That's risky business, wasn't it?
Very risky business. Filled it with bees,
Excellent.
sealed it, and then
Oh, they're trying to get out, and she's going.
held it up to
How
herself.
did you find that fact?
A client told me.
Yeah, right.
She went, "Do you want to know something interesting?" I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
tell me. And she just came out with it. I was like, that's amazing.
That is amazing.
To find that self-love before dairy products were made.
That's true. That's a random example, but you're right. Way before yogurt.
Way before yogurt. She
Well, yeah,
discovered
you're
the
right.
vibrator. I was like, that's incredible. That is pretty beautiful to find that self-love. How can I make my life better?
Cleopatra knew what she was doing, didn't she?
She did. She didn't just
Wow.
pick any randomer. She chose a bee-filled eggplant.
Did she?
Maybe that's a
Well,
lesson for us all.
That's true, yeah.
That's
I mean,
it.
and I'm glad that's a good fact for the day, because a lot of what we have to talk about here does drift into a sort of girl power thing today.
Yeah.
Because when I think about beauty, let's move on to beauty. Okay, so when I move, like, the core of what beauty is, when I think about it, as a man, I think what do I find beautiful when you think about the women in your life that you found beautiful, other things I find beautiful, like certain, like, scenery and a million little things to do with my son. And so to you guys, to you, George Gunton, gorgeous George, what is beauty to you?
I think it's really hard because I think men and women probably have a very different view on what beauty is. As you said, I think for a man it generally leads to femininity.
Sure.
Yeah.
I was thinking,
Yeah.
and when someone says to you off the bat, what do you think is beautiful? The first thing a man will think of is a woman.
Her looks as well, yeah.
So it's really tough, but I have been thinking about it today, and I think beauty is like a pure and honest thing. So like, even if it's a vista that you're looking at in a different country or something like that, it's just sort of pure, and that's what I think beauty is. And I think it's the same when I look at a woman as well. A woman can do whatever she wants with her face and blah 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 blah, but if she is beautiful and she's confident and she knows what she is and who she is, then that's what makes her beautiful.
Yeah.
So that's your personal preference for what beauty is in a woman and stuff. And I think that's interesting as well, because it always changes. Because I find femininity really attractive. I mean, I'd really like when Misha just sort of brushes her hair or puts on nice spray. The feminine thing I find really just sort of nice. And what about you, Laura Smith? What is beauty to you? What springs to mind?
Beauty to me, again, like you say, it's quite hard, but I kind of think you can have an ugly heart and be ugly on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
If you're beautiful inside and you're pure and you want to do better by other people, yourself, your family, that makes you beautiful.
Yeah. Or as Eleanor Roosevelt once said, no matter how plain a woman may be, if truth and honesty are written across her face, she will be beautiful.
Yeah.
So you're right. It is the core something of a person makes them lovely.
And I think that can be male and female and inanimate objects and,
Well, you see, think about it, George. I was always very nice. My core self has always been very pure and gentle and friendly. But that really struggled to break through the crusty exterior. You know what I mean? My beauty is very inner. You really it takes a long time to find it. But my exterior, what's annoying growing up is my brothers were all very beautiful. They were very, very model-like handsome, all my brothers.
Right.
My mum is a very beautiful woman. But my dad really got by on his sense of humour. Right?
Yeah.
God, I've heard that before.
And as a result, as did I, because I got his genes, and my brothers got a different dad, so they got those genes. And so, whilst you could argue, I got the charisma.
100%. The way, like, personally speaking, if you can make me laugh, putty.
Yeah, pie.
But that definitely makes a man beautiful.
Yeah, I think so. But that's good. That's our initial sense of what beauty is. Would you like to hear some interesting beauty facts?
Oh, please tell me.
Well,
Have you written like a file?
I got a file. I'm prepared.
PowerPoint.
So this is an interesting one we should discuss, because I think you better shed some light on this for us because of the nature of your work.
Yeah.
The halo effect is a cognitive bias that affects our assumptions of someone based on their appearance. So, also known as pretty privilege in today's modern society, the halo effect is a type of bias that affects the way people perceive us. People who are more attractive than the average Joe often receive preferential treatment in private and public spaces. They are also treated with more kindness and respect. For example, being helped first before others and being allowed to skip lines. Attractive people are paid more, given more opportunities, and receive special treatment. In fact, unattractive individuals are more readily blamed for crime compared to attractive ones. Ted Bundy's a good example of this.
Wowza.
Written by Theodore Bundy.
Okay.
So what do you think? Do you think there is a bias towards, as a man, I think there is with women. If you do tend to
100%.
skew some kind of bias to it. Is that your experience as well?
Yeah, and I'll tell you why, because I'm short. I feel like because I'm not as tall as like some other people, I literally, no pun intended, get overlooked.
I see. Pun accepted either way.
Because I am not even 5 foot long subways. I'm
It's quite a way of describing it.
Sure. Yeah.
So I'm 4'11". So to be honest with you, because I don't have that height factor, I don't really get. I do get like overlooked. I don't really get spoken to first. I've literally just experienced something this evening, but I can't really go into it. But I experienced something this evening where 2 people got spoken to before I did, even though I'm stood in the same group. And it was like, I'm still in the industry, which is why we're all here. And these 2 girls, they were really pretty girls. I'm not going to deny that. Taller. And I'm listening to this speech, not being looked at, no eye contact. And it was like, I feel, because I'm like, can't really like sense my presence because I'm short. So yeah, I do think that, definitely. It's the same with men. I think if you're a small man, you're not going to get perceived as like the one that sort of, every woman wants that 6 foot tall, dark, handsome, didn't they? That's all they asked for on Tinder, let's be honest.
And Joe, I honed my, let's come back to this point. This is a real bugbear with me, and I'm going to bring it back over and over again until I've had therapy.
Okay.
But when I was a teenager...
Just that.
I mean, beauty therapist, it could happen.
Okay, right, good. Yeah, I really need you here. So, I found, because I always hang around with my mates as well, we're always very good looking, athletic, very handsome, chiseled, like fellas. And so I found like I'm not sort of not as if it existed. You know what I mean? When we went to see the girls, I was like, I had to sort of strategize. Well, the girls will go for these guys, and then that'll sort of thin the group, so that maybe I could talk to some of these guys. But no, they're like these other guys here. And so what my only opportunity was to go, hey, you guys like Pokemon?
Yeah.
And stand out.
Yeah.
I mean, peacock.
Yeah.
And try and
I love peacocks.
yeah, they're very beautiful.
Very
Yeah, they are.
beautiful.
Do you know I once met an imprisoned peacock and tried to rescue it, and as a result was exiled from a certain corner of France.
Stop it.
That's a true
Is
story.
that real?
Yeah, I ended up, when I was travelling, I ended up on this really weird farm with these vegans who, they said, come and stay with us. Well, you can work for your rent and whatever. You got a nice room in the attic. And when I got there, it was a wooden pallet on the floor, no sheets or anything, right? Really horrible. And they go, whatever you do, don't go in the sheds. Right? It's big farmland.
So naturally you went into the sheds.
First thing I did.
Yeah.
In one shed... I opened it, and there was like a scraping noise, right? And this is horrible. It's not funny. This is horrible. There was a small dog, one eye hanging out,
Oh.
right, crawling towards me. I went, ah! But I did rescue the dog. That story's coming.
Oh.
So the dog was being neglected in the thing, and then I heard a ah! And an awful noise coming from a different one of the sheds. So I peered through the shed because I sensed a much larger presence in there.
Yeah.
And these two bright, beady eyes were staring back at me. And it was just this enormous peacock. So they'd inherited the land and not wanted any animals. So they'd imprisoned a peacock in this thing and imprisoned this dog. And they didn't want any of the animals. So the next day, I went to their neighbour, reported it to the local services, rescued the animals, but they obviously knew it was me because I was the only different factor.
Yeah.
And then they asked me to leave, but I was in the middle of nowhere, so I had to like spend 2 days hitchhiking to the next place.
That's really traumatic.
Yeah, it was really horrible. I'll never forget the picture of that dog.
Oh. But you rescued it.
The dog was fine. The dog went on to a new home.
Amazing.
Oh, that is pretty cool. Yeah.
All the animals survived this story. They survived the weird vegans. You'd think that they'd be...
Looking after
They
them.
were very unusual people, very unusual.
Moving on.
Anyway, yeah, sorry.
Back to your PowerPoint.
Oh yeah. So George, have you noticed in your life some bias?
I've always been the fat friend. That's what I always
you're not
was.
fat.
I've
George
lost
has lost
a lot of weight.
and he's looking great. He's done a real transformation on himself.
Yeah,
It's,
I've lost about
amazing.
5.5 stone.
Well done.
Yeah,
That's
thank
amazing.
you. Yeah.
And you feel better for
Oh
it?
yeah, absolutely. So one of the things I've noticed, and I'm fairly recently single, is people looking at me, women looking at me. You know, they'll double take. I'll be in Tesco and I'll notice someone, and their stare is just a little bit longer than it used to be.
Oh, yeah.
You know, when I was larger.
Yeah.
And you know, that feels fantastic to me. That makes me feel then more beautiful. Because I mean, I look in the mirror, I'm really proud of my achievement.
Yeah.
I know that I look much better, physically look much better. But then when I get that sort of verification, I'm like,
Thanks.
I'm nailing
yeah,
this.
You did that,
yeah.
That's great. That's good.
But yeah, as the fat friend, I did very similar to yours.
Yeah.
I sort of strategized, you know, and used.
It's a good confidence boost. And again, then that makes you feel beautiful.
Yeah.
You've had that,
and it definitely certainly does.
confidence boost.
Yeah. And I think that confidence it's like a twofold thing, because then the confidence makes me more proud of myself to walk around and more genuine and more, you know, confident in myself. Yeah. So then I get more looks because of the natural confidence I have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. So talk to us a little bit, Laura, about your work, because I know some part of what you want to do is to draw more men to the salon. So what is it? Say I wake up one morning and I go, I'm turning it all around. I need to feel better about myself, or I want some kind of, I need to just get a facial or something. I need to go to a place and feel better once I've done it. Well, I can come to you, and then what can I do?
So, I am a beauty therapist. I've been qualified now for 7 years, and got a teaching qualification in the process.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, which has been lovely. Opened up my very first salon back in May. So,
Sweet.
Little plug, but situated next door to Pizza Pasta Mondo, just upstairs in town.
Don't do a little plug. Let's sell that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Sorry, okay. don't want to intrude.
No, let's fucking tell people.
Yeah,
what
so
you are.
Lotus Beauty Lounge, and we are just situated by Tesco's. We opened in May, and it's been great. The community has been amazing at coming in and just having a look around. It was literally, it was a hairdresser's. They shut the door, they walked away, and everything was left inside it.
Right.
Without the help of Georgie, who you know very well.
Shout out G Money.
Shout out G Money. Amazing. And all the other guys, you know, down to the plumber, the actual builder, Tom, he built the whole salon just from scratch. It was incredible.
Wow.
New flooring, that was done by Dan Wood. Absolutely incredible guys. Yeah, I couldn't have done it without them. Absolutely incredible. So,
Excellent.
opened in May, and we do massages, facials, lots of different facials.
Do you get a lot of men coming in for that sort of thing, or is it still
So I do actually do male intimate waxing.
male intimate waxing?
Yeah.
How intimate we talking?
Very intimate. I'm talking like willies
wowza.
and bums.
Right.
Willies and bums, did you say?
Willies and bums, yeah.
I don't know. I'm trying to. I thought that pause there was me trying to figure out if my willy needs waxing.
Willies
If
and
you
bums.
don't know,
And do
I
you know
expect
what?
yes.
Oh Lord, yeah. I haven't seen it for 3.5 years. But that's good. It's like a dense Amazon jungle. Sorry, Laura, continue. I wish I hadn't said dense Amazon jungle.
It's Amazon jungle.
That's out there in the
It's
world.
a civilization.
That's it, yeah. You got to keep that
That's
in.
on the internet now.
Sorry, Laura. So I
No,
couldn't
it's
remember
fine.
the dense Amazon
yeah,
jungle.
so dense Amazon jungle, male intimate waxing. That is probably the most male focused treatment that we have. Obviously, everything else can be had by women. But a lot of people are like, well, does your husband mind, like, you doing male intimate waxing? I'm like, no. Well, why not? Because it is literally, to me, another piece of body that needs hair removal.
Yeah.
That's it. There's
So
some,
what
I
we
mean,
do-
there's some things that obviously men question when having it done. Like, am I going to get hard? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh Lord.
It's
Oh.
involuntary. It's completely involuntary. You don't mean to do it, but I am literally handling your penis.
Well, yeah, okay.
So
Yeah, well,
it's
that'll
a
do.
little bit, you know.
Sure.
Sometimes it can completely shrivel and it disappears.
Yeah, and I know.
That's another thing.
That happened 14 years ago and never returned.
I've been asked to give it a little shake before. I'm like,
Oh Lord.
so if I can't get hold of it, I need it to come back out
okay.
of itself. So I
Right,
was just
sure.
like, well, if you just like give it a little shake, he went, no, you shake it. I was like, no.
That's something else.
That's something else. It gets better. It gets better.
Sure. Yeah.
The involuntary pre-cum. It's just a bit of pre-jizz and it gets swept away and
Yeah.
I
Right.
wouldn't even know about it.
I see. That's really interesting. So that's interesting to know. Are you sure you want that to make the cut? I mean, is that what
Seriously, leave it in because it's a funny story.
that is really good. Yeah. Your podcast gold.
Thanks.
You can replace him from now on. Good work.
I tell you what, it took me a lot to get used to it because
I can imagine.
is that a whiteboard? Have you got a pen up there?
Oh yeah.
I'm going to draw you a little picture to show you exactly what happened.
I was going to say I know what
Yes,
I know
please.
what they look like.
Go ahead.
You know, yeah, you know what they look like. Can I take these
What
off?
penises? I mean.
They won't hear me, will they?
No, you go ahead, and I'll record it from here. So we got. the
Okay,
angle.
so when I was training, let's get this pen. So you've
Yeah.
got a set of ball bags, okay?
Sure.
Yeah,
Kind of look like this, yeah?
yeah,
Sure. Yeah.
There's the willy, okay?
yeah.
Nice.
That's not a bad drawing, actually.
That's good, Willy.
So you've got these creases that come along the penis, right? The ball bag, sorry, not the penis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in my training, I am obviously fresh and it's all just very quite new. Don't judge me on this because I'm now so much better at it. But he was actually in the industry, so he was having it done for a reason. There are reasons that guys get it waxed. You're in the industry or you go swimming, you don't like the feeling of hair. I've had a couple of guys come to me who are blind, don't like the feeling of hair, so they have a full body wax,
Wow.
including willy and bum.
Wow.
I actually, in my training, split a crease
Oh.
Good Lord.
I wasn't expecting that.
of the ball sack.
Okay.
Oh my.
Do you know what though? He didn't even notice, and he was like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "I'm okay. Are you okay?" He was like, "Yeah, no, I'm okay."
How did you split a crease in the ball bag?
With
Oh,
wax.
just with wax. Yeah, I didn't pull
Oh.
the skin. Because oh my god, you have so much skin there.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
It's
I know.
literally like
Mm.
fold it over your head.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
It's
Do you?
awkward.
Yeah, honestly. Yeah.
We
it's
tried
just,
it.
There's miles and miles of this stuff. I've got to sort of tuck up like a wedding dress to get out of the way.
For that.
That's the diary. Thank you for sharing the
So that's the diary. That's the very first thing I ever did on
okay.
a ball sack. But other than that,
Yeah.
it went very well, and I've got about 4 guys that come and have it done, and they're returning.
So is that for their? Like, do you think it's like for their partners and stuff to look nice, or just make them feel better being groomed like that? I suppose?
Both.
Yeah.
I think they like the feeling of it being groomed. Let's be honest, shaving is a ball ache,
Yeah.
pun intended.
Yeah.
It's itchy, it's sore.
Mm-hmm.
Waxing, once you've had it done enough times,
Yeah.
it just stops growing.
Yeah.
And people obviously, if you're in the industry and you want it to be smooth, you don't want that shaving rash, I get that. We just whack it off. It's amazing. And don't feel like, I'm
So
like,
to speak.
so to speak. I am the easiest, like, I'm just like, yeah, cool, it's a willy. Yeah, it's a
yeah,
willy.
yeah,
You
yeah.
got ball sack.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah. I wonder if I'd be the same in reverse, because I'd be going, a vagina!
Do you know?
Another one!
Do you know what? It's the word. It's the word vagina. It
Yeah.
just like, huh.
Yeah, but I'm the same with Willy. I find Willy
Yeah,
emasculates the dong.
It emasculates.
Yeah, I find the Willy is very like, oh look at Willy. If you go, hey, nice dick. You know what I mean?
Schlong.
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 Yeah,
It's
it's
a good
like
word.
just like it sounds like powerful in German.
Yeah,
Schlong.
schlong.
Yeah, how's his schlong? Oh, it's fine, thanks. How's your Willy? How dare you?
I just find it a nice word, Willy.
Well, it's nice.
It's
just a nice-
it's a bit more PC than
It is.
Dong,
And I mean, obviously,
schlong.
vagina, you can kind of go down like the C route, or
Oh, good heavens.
it's very strong.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's very because I don't know why we're getting to this. I don't do this way, but I've never been good at people have they talk to each other illicitly, right?
Dirty
Yeah.
talk.
That was a crude.
Sorry.
That was a crass.
Spicy talk.
Yeah, spicy talk.
Yeah.
Pillow
Okay.
talk.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
me and
yeah.
me and Misha, so we bumped into someone who, 15 years prior, I'd had my first ever saucy exchanges with, and I told Misha, and she goes, "Well, how did it go?" I go, "Oh, very badly," because what I got too wrapped up in was building the scenery.
Yeah, I could see that.
I was going, it was a cold winter's night in the barn. The stars shone in a way that never they had done before. The young man was excited to be with a woman for the first time. I was really sort of setting the scene as if I was like fucking Charles Dickens.
So poetic, though. I love
Snow
it.
started to fall from the heavens and fall on the earth. It stayed there. Rare in these parts. Right, I just really like...
I can see why it didn't go well.
So I would just spend ages writing these essays. But by that time, she'd sort of fallen asleep. I wouldn't get a reply till a couple of days later and stuff. So how the hell did you get me to tell that story? What the hell are we talking about?
Sorry. So treatments I offer.
Oh, please, yes.
Yeah, massage, deep tissue massage, facials, intimate waxing, male and female, tattoo removal.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, do tattoo removal. If you've got dodgy tattoos, I've lasered bums.
Let me show you something.
Oh, please show me.
My whole body's covered in these. I
Is
was
it?
15 when I had both
Okay.
these done. Okay. I don't speak to any of these people anymore. I've
Do you
just
know-
got their names on me.
Ex's names are the biggest thing I do.
Yeah, I just got like sort of random friends from 2001 tattooed on me.
Oh, okay.
Here, chest. I had to get the mum one because I told her I was going to get the mum one and got this tribal thing on the back of my neck instead. So I had to get that to make up for it. So I'm covered in very small random tattoos. So I
Okay.
need to get almost all of them removed and then refreshed.
Refreshed, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we know a tattoo artist that will refresh you.
Mm-hmm.
Plug, Georgie McCoy.
Shout out G Money.
Shout out G-Money. Yeah, we'll get that sorted out.
Cool. So that's the sort of thing you do. So
Yeah.
I think Georgie was telling us a little bit about this, but what's the difference in the pain between the removal and the application of a tattoo?
The removal is like a hot elastic band being pinged on the skin.
Mm-hmm.
And that can be a little bit tedious.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you've got a big tattoo, then I give you as many breaks as you need. And it's just all very at your pace, depending on how big the tattoo is.
Yeah.
I mean, for example, something like
My bird on a sword?
probably 5 minutes.
What, a bird on a sword?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Something like that scroll, maybe 10 to 15.
Wow.
Does it depend on like the ink that was used and stuff like that?
The ink, how old it is, how deep it is. Yeah, there's
Wow.
quite a few factors. Obviously, your skin type and how you have a patch test beforehand and see how your skin will react to it. But I've not, touch wood, had anybody who has reacted yet. And everybody's results look absolutely incredible. So
Wow,
brush my
that's
shoulder
good.
on that one.
So you want to encourage more men to come in and
I want men to come in, and I want them to not be worried about having a facial, and don't find it so feminine.
What is that? What is a facial? What does it entail?
So, oh God, I've got so many. So you've got the microdermabrasion facials, for example. So if you've suffered with like acne in the past, or you've suffered with scarring, then microdermabrasion would be fantastic for that. It can reduce scarring, reduce acne. You've got carbon facials. It's basically like a non-surgical facelift, so that can help tighten the skin. We've got hydrofacials. That helps with hydrating the skin. So if you struggle, like men generally have oilier skin because they've got a thicker epidermis.
Sure. How dare you?
Yeah.
My epidermis is the thinnest epidermis you've ever seen.
Kind of went a bit.
What's the word? I know a beauty word.
Go on.
Subcutaneous.
Ooh, proud of you.
Oh, I listened to Misha talk about
Yeah,
it
you
once.
do. So you have a thicker skin, basically. You have thicker skin. You're growing a coarse beard at the end of the day, so your skin needs to be able to support that.
I see. Right, that makes sense.
So men are generally oilier, but it also could be for the fact that you're dry, so you're trying to produce more oils to keep your skin hydrated.
Right.
So, I want more men to come in and get facials. I want more men to come in and get more deep tissue massages. So it's something like 44% of men had a beauty treatment done in 2019. That was it.
Yeah.
More men are obviously now going down the aesthetic route. They're doing it very quietly. But as a woman, I get aesthetic treatments. I don't mind talking about it at all. But some men, it's just such a taboo subject. I was talking about it with my husband, and he was just like, I just don't want to walk into a salon full of women and be like, oh, can you just rub my back down, please? It feels weird.
It does feel weird, yeah.
It would feel weird walking in.
Very.
But once you push past that, it'd be so nice as well, wouldn't
When
it?
we actually have a man that comes to us, he has his nails done.
Oh, yeah?
Straight. Completely straight. But he bites his nails and doesn't want to bite his nails anymore.
I bite my nails, yeah.
So he has builder gel put on his nails. Even just having I call it a manicure.
Nice. Smooth.
Not smooth, yeah. And it's just a file of your own nails and push back your cuticles and Bob's your uncle.
Yeah, so my cuticles are always good. That
You have a Misha, so she knows what she's doing. Oh,
well, she doesn't actually look at my hands anymore.
I don't know.
God.
Got my glasses on and everything. Oh God, yeah, give me them. Give me them. Look at those cracks.
Good Lord.
Yeah, they bleed all the time.
We'll do you a little manicure.
Yeah.
That'd be
Like,
nice.
over lockdown, like Misha, because we just had nothing to do, so she's giving me all sorts of like facials and nails. And get my nails
Right,
done.
now honestly, how did you find those facials?
Oh, it was divine.
Divine,
yeah, it
heaven,
was, yeah.
lovely.
Yeah, it was
Why
nice.
don't men go into a salon?
I've never
Tell me
ever had a beauty treatment.
why. That sounded really aggressive.
Why?
You better kick your ass.
Yeah. It's just never been a thing.
Why? Yeah.
I don't know.
It's let me. The reason why a lot of it is culture, isn't it? Because
Yeah.
But that's changed now.
Yeah.
But when George and I were the schools we went to and the people we were hung around with, you would never in a million years get away with going, oh lads, what you doing? What you do yesterday? Oh, beat up an old lady with a bottle of cider.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you do? Oh, I got the glorious facial. I got
Yeah.
I was rejuvenated.
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
I
you
get
just
it.
couldn't get away with
I
it. But
do, I
nowadays
get
it's
it.
totally changed. The
Yeah.
culture has totally changed. But when we were growing up, you just couldn't get away with that.
No.
You would
No.
never. They would never let you live it down if you'd had
No.
anything like that done. But now men are doing it. And boys, let me tell you, it's fucking glorious.
There you
It's
go.
really nice. Just sit there like we should put candles on, like face, like hands, massage. Like,
There
God,
is
it's
no
fucking nice.
reason now why men can't walk into a salon
Mhm.
and have a beauty treatment done, have a facial, have a massage. It's so important to get massages. Like I can't stress how important it is to come and get.
It's also important to relax. Fellas,
It
it's so
is.
relaxing. It's so nice.
So
It's
what
such a
month
way.
is it this month? It's Men's Mental Health Awareness Month,
That's
isn't
right.
it? This month.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
that's right.
100%. If there's any more of a good time to come and get a beauty treatment, it's definitely this month. Come and try it once. Guarantee you'll be back.
Yeah.
Because it is glorious to just lay there and just relax, not think about all those thoughts in your head, just for an hour.
Yeah.
and then you're like, damn, I feel fire. Then those girls in Tesco's will be like, damn,
Georgia baby.
he has got glowing skin.
Do you look at? Do women look at that?
Yes.
Do they really?
100%. Women like a man with a good skincare routine.
Oh, I don't have one.
Oh, good Lord.
I'll teach you.
Okay.
Liam didn't have a skincare routine when I met him, and I was like, bitch, you need all of this kind of stuff right now.
Oh.
Right,
Now
I
he's
see.
like beard oil, cleansers,
Oh, I do have beard oil.
exfoliators.
I can't grow a beard. If I could grow a beard, I would use beard oil. But this is as thick and dense as it gets,
I was
I'm
like,
afraid.
oh.
Just because I haven't got any testosterone.
It's a good beard. I like it. It's all right. It's fine.
Thanks.
It's fine.
I'm just going to give you a confidence boost there, all right?
Cheers.
It's fine. It's
That's
fine,
it, yeah.
Steve.
Yeah, thanks very much. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
cheers, I guess. So that's good. That's interesting. Good. That's you sold that really well.
Did I?
Yeah, because
Thanks.
I want one of those now. That sounds really
Do
nice.
you?
So, yeah, good work. Very good work. Would you like to hear another fact about beauty?
Please.
Yes.
Oh,
This is a controversial one.
okay.
I'm not sure if this is relevant at all. Blame this on whoever the author is from this website. People are attracted to partners that remind them of their parents.
I have heard that before.
I've heard that before
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
This one is more of a theory than a fact, but it tends to happen so often it might as well be part of this list. Imprinting and attachment theory suggest that many people tend to attract and often marry partners who possess specific attributes of one or both of their parents. That's interesting. But I couldn't be any less like Misha's father. He is a very, very strong. He's a builder.
Okay.
Very strong, very handsome. Outrageously handsome older man. He's in his 50s, but looks about 38. It's gorgeous. But he is very handy. You know what I mean? He can fix things. I'm not into those things.
Okay.
So we couldn't. That's okay. Misha hasn't looked for her father in me. Rest assured. Okay, good. I've learned that.
On to the next one.
Just thinking out loud. On average, women spend about 55 minutes on their makeup every day. Does that sound about right to you?
I can't be asked.
No?
I got 3 kids. I got to be out the door by 8 o'clock every morning.
I see. Yeah.
Cannot be bothered.
Most women do really take forever to get ready before going out. So before going out for a night out. or
Yes,
something,
that could
maybe.
be a bit of a different story. We're going out for 7. I'm getting ready for 4.
Gotcha.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So did you have to sit really still for a few hours then, so you don't mess into that? I always feel like when
No, because one kid will want something. Then there's a fight broken out between the older 2.
Gotcha.
I need
That
to
makes
wash
sense.
this hair and dry the hair, style the hair.
Well, this says 55 minutes on average, and that's not even counting hairstyling, long pampering showers, skincare routines, and outfit
No,
selection.
it's all on the kids.
Right, I see. Makeup acts and stimulates 3 of our senses, including sight, touch, and smell. The positive stimulation can induce sensory as well as psychological pleasure.
100%.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You on board for that?
So if you was to get up in the morning and you've done your skincare routine as a male, you've done your skincare routine, you've put on fresh clothes, you've got a nice pair of trainers on, you are going to feel bougie AF.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
I'm going to feel bougie AF, putting a full face on, knowing that I've done my skincare, my hair's brushed, and I'm not running out the house with a mum bun on the top of my head wondering if I'm wearing a bra.
Yeah, I know.
Do you know what I
I
mean?
see that being a boost. Yeah.
Yeah. So it would definitely give you that boost, knowing that you've spent a bit of time on yourself that morning.
Do you know what makes me feel nice? These glasses aren't real.
Okay.
They're just windows to
Okay.
the earth. And but I put them on because I always feel better behind glasses. And so I always feel nicer. If I've had a haircut and I'm wearing these glasses, that's about as good as I can feel about myself.
Okay.
So yeah, just a little window.
So when you go for that haircut, you feel good.
I feel as good as I can feel about
Yeah.
that. I never, it's been a long time since I've walked past a mirror and gone, whoa, hey, baby, who's this guy? There was a brief window when I went travelling around Europe. I was gone for years. And I was tanned, I was eating really well, I was slimmer. Still a sort of rugby build up here, but slimmer. But I didn't realise at the time that that's the best I was ever going to look. So I look back at these photos and I go, God, what if I'm taking the most of that? That's the,
But take it from me, no girl wants to lay on a bed of rocks.
That's what I always. This is when Misha's upset about something. I go, come on,
Come here.
this
Yeah.
is all mattress.
There
babe.
is no better feeling than being cuddled into
Big fella.
Liam's chest and he's all manly and I'm just like, yeah, I like this. I couldn't lay on a 6-pack. The pecs don't do it for me. No. I think it comes with age, because obviously when I was probably a little bit younger, I was like, yeah, 100%, give me that 6-pack. Like, I need that.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, no, because I cry a lot.
Me too. Yeah.
Owning a business is hard work. And the kids do me head in. So, yeah, I need some, well, the term is cushion, isn't it? I was going to go a bit further, but I won't. Cushion.
Cushion for pushing.
Yeah. No, I just need cushion.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
see.
no girl wants to lay on a bed of rocks.
True. Good. Okay. Excellent. Take that. So, babies visually prefer more symmetrical facial features. So, are babies always staring at you in public? Congratulations. You're a head turner. It turns out infants can stare at attractive faces longer because they find it interesting. Plus, beautiful faces are more symmetrical and babies find them easier to look at. So there you go.
Yeah.
That's some of that. Yeah, babies are feeling you, man.
Babies, yeah, they know
that's
before
good.
we do.
Never look at me.
No.
Must not be very symmetrical.
I think you're very symmetrical.
I think it's symmetrical.
Yeah, I think.
The beard's
Head's
good on you.
symmetrical. Oh, I went for head. Head's symmetrical.
Oh,
I have a
and the
big bald head.
So yeah, north and south, you're really working it.
Have
Yeah.
I got a lot of glare today?
Oh, you shot, I can barely see.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I
normally wear a
I'm
hat.
blind in one eye.
Do
in
you?
fact.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, try to look directly at it.
Glasses.
Jesus.
I've got lenses, mate.
Well, I'll never not wear a hat again.
No, you look
That's
lovely,
for
mate.
sure.
You look lovely. So, guys, is there anything that anyone wants to explore or talk about with regards to beauty before we tie a neat little bow on it?
Have you got any questions for me as male?
Well, there is currently a penis on my wall,
There is.
so I think we've covered a lot of.
The
covered a lot
male
of it.
aspect.
Yeah, we went deeper in it than I thought we were going to go. So no, you described that beautifully. You couldn't have sold it better. You
Oh.
you did a really good job of that. Your podcast gold, and you sold the experience really well. Perhaps maybe one last fact before we go.
Yep, hit me.
Go on.
Oh, some people believe that the idea of beauty is learned and not developed. This would mean that beauty isn't real, but instead it's a myth or societal construct. While this may contradict the actual brain activity that takes place when someone sees another beautiful person, some believe this is learned and not naturally developed. This belief is supported by the huge influence mass media has on current beauty standards. So essentially, what I was trying to say is that culture informs what beauty
100%,
is.
yeah.
And that's true because the cliche people use in this conversation is Victorian England, larger hips were attractive because
Yeah.
it's for some for child rearing, or the even just couple of decades ago the Marilyn Monroe figure was very desirable and rightly
Yeah.
so. It just changes with culture and time. So
Yeah.
I think we'd all agree with that anyway.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, well, listen, as Rabindranath Tagore once said. I can't say his name again. Clouds come floating into my life, no longer to carry rain or usher storm, but to add colour to my sunset sky. And I think we have traversed the many dimensions of beauty. I think we've touched on a great many things. We've learnt a great deal from you.
I'm glad.
So,
Yeah,
I'm glad.
yeah.
Yeah, very, very good.
Tell your friends.
Yeah, we will. Yeah, we will. And we'll push this episode as well so people can listen to it and relax about it and
Yeah,
understand it.
easy listening. And we'll get that nail appointment booked.
Sort your
Okay.
cuticles out, bro.
Yeah.
I tell you every Tuesday.
Sorry.
So my thing is I tune mine down to my actual nails. I'm always chewing them out.
Did you know your underneath your nails actually harbours more bacteria than your butthole?
I did know that.
Then
Your
your
butthole
butthole,
is-
baby. Mine's a disaster.
Let me wax it.
You know what's going on down there.
Just bear that in mind the next time you're chewing on your fingernails.
I see. Okay, noted. Oh, your bumhole.
Or your
You say,
bumhole.
well, this is preferable to my nails, so leave me alone, Mum. Get out my room.
Attacked.
Well, on that note, thank you for listening to the Steve Kayla Show. Really appreciate it. If you enjoyed this episode, then please consider going to Spotify, leaving us a 5-star review, clicking the follow button. Those sort of things really, really help. So, Laura, finally, so where again can people find you on both in person and on the internet?
So we do have our own website at www.lotusbeautylounge.co.uk, and we are based at 10A Westminster Street near Tesco's, next door to Pizza Pasta Mondo.
Excellent. That's great. And George, where the hell can people find you?
You can find me on YouTube. I am the Good Lad Gamer. I make Raid Shadow Legends content on there. That's where you can find me.
Game.
Yeah, it's a game.
No
Gamer.
idea.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I sit in dark rooms, not being beautiful, playing games.
Oh,
He's very good at it too.
so we need some more vitamin B on the skin.
Yeah, I expect so, yeah.
D.
I always tell you
Probably
that.
all of them.
I tell him that too. Every week I say, George, get your cuticle sorted, get some vitamin B.
Yeah.
So
Always saying
will he
it.
ever fucking listen to me?
No.
But if it takes you to say it for fun,
Yeah, he'll come to the salon and there'll be a big old discussion.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I'll-
something like
okay. You're not selling it.
Am I not?
We're told
Sounds
off
terrifying.
for this.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not scary.
That's good. So the Good Lad Gamer.
The Good
on
Lad
YouTube.
Gamer. Yep, that's right.
Thank you, George. Okay, and I'll meet the Steve Kayla Show, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. We're on all the things. We're experimenting on all of the social media stuff. So once again, thank you so much for listening. We really appreciate it, and we will see you next week. Ciao, 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 ciao.
Hiya, you're right. Hi, everyone.